when they had the debate, you and Hillary and Donald, and they were questioning from the audience, there's one question that was missing. It's about the gun issue. Okay, what about all the illegal guns? Like Hillary's talking about doing background checks and everything. They do have background checks. But what about all the illegal guns that are out there? How do we find those guns? You have we have almost a billion guns in this country with different gun owners. But when you want to cut back on the size of the magazine and ban certain kind of gun, but what about all the illegal guns out there? I mean, what do we do about that? They're there. How are you going to find them? Anybody could go underground and buy, an assault weapon, but you can't blame the gun owners. You can't blame the gun stores. I mean, we're doing everything we could, but all the bad people that have the bad gun, how we find them? How we stop them? I'd like to see the answer to that question. Well, I'm a deputy sheriff at the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. My father was the NYPD lieutenant for the New York City Police Department for 26 years. Law enforcement runs in my family, and I grew up to respect guns. In my opinion, guns don't walk around and kill people. It's the bad people that have the gun. Like, for example, mental health, yes. On the no-fly list, yes, you shouldn't have guns. Background check, maybe more, but it's not to do with the gun itself. It's the people that have the guns. But my question that bothers me is that there's so many millions of bad guns hidden around somewhere in this country away from good gun owners. How do you stop that? Like, for example, say tomorrow you ban all guns. There's always somebody going to be out there, a bad guy with an illegal weapon going around killing people. What do we do? Just sit here and get shot? I mean,
it's not any different than prostitution. They've never been able to stop prostitution, even though it's against the law. But you can't stop that. You can't stop what guns exist. And she didn't make any sense with that whole thing. She doesn't even know what it means. People saying that the guns are killing people. Sorry.
Somebody could get into my truck right now and drive down into a what do you call a festival, and drive 90 miles an hour. You can kill more people than shooting a gun.
And
someone could get a butcher knife going around killing people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's weapon's a weapon. It's all about the people behind the weapon, the bad people behind the weapon. That's the problem.
What I'd like to tell you about what I think about in the debate with Donald and Hillary. One of the things is that I really regret, and I kept begging for this, was for him to talk about Benghazi in depth. That was one of the things out of all of those that was not brought up and faced. And I think there was only one parent that came forward. Let me tell you something. I watched every documentary over and over with Benghazi and what took place that night and how it all happened. And I'm telling you, if I had been the mother of any of those boys, those men, they would have never shut me up. They would have begged me and probably killed me to get me to shut up.